We've done the math and have 25,000 euros in the account.
Okay, so from 0 to 25,000 in 3.5 years.
Yes, but I can say that as a family, we take out 2,500 euros a month and we make sure to make it last. And we used to spend a lot.
Guys, welcome to Stories of Financial Redemption, the format where I tell the stories of subscribers or people who know my channel, who managed to fix their finances, take control of their money, and maybe even get out of debt. Today I'm with Desy.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you so much, Desy, for signing me up and for sharing your story. Please, guys, sign up or email me at the address below, Fabio Marchioni Coach, or use the form that I always leave in the description, because these stories can inspire others to do a bit of what I did, what Desy did, which we will talk about now. So it's really something very important, because together we can have an impact on the people who are out there and think they're not earning enough, right? Desy, it was kind of your situation, huh? Right. Let me start by asking, who are you and what do you do? Also, what was your starting situation before watching my videos?
So, hello everyone. I'm Desy Rota. I'm an emotional wedding photographer, and I discovered Fabio Marchioni on YouTube, the platform of life, and your videos really struck me. At first, because I wasn't in a bad situation. I didn't have any debts. Well, maybe my father had lent me a little something, but really almost no debt. But I didn't have the ability, let's say, to control my income and my expenses. So I was convinced that I wasn't earning enough, that the freelance life, being a photographer, wasn't for me because I wasn't earning enough. I found your videos, and whenever I find a new channel, I watch all of them.
Very good.
I got a basic understanding of all your videos, all your advice. I kept bothering my husband the whole time, telling him to watch them, to take notes on things. We started keeping track of what was coming in and going out, why it was coming in and why it was going out. For me, it's a lot, since we started from a situation where even without debts, we would reach this point. The end of the month with nothing left over. The end of the month. We ended up with 100 euros in the account.
You were really...
That's the situation.
On the verge of...
We already had a child at that time.
Okay, just to give a bit of context, you're 32 now. How many years have you been a photographer?
Many. I first had my own vintage and antique second-hand shop, which was mine, and I sold it to enroll in university. So I was back to 0 euros. Once I graduated, I studied cinema, and now I've been working as a photographer for 7 years. I started as a video maker, but soon realized I just wanted to take photos.
Only photos? Okay, so as a freelancer, it's even worse. Maybe you have variable income, you're not sure, but...
Then it's
income?
Being a wedding photographer is a seasonal job, so there are months when you might earn really well, and months when you earn nothing or just 200 euros. For both, thanks to Divina.
Yes. And in fact, later I want to ask you exactly this, because maybe... unlike an employee who has his own income, he knows exactly when and how much the salary is, which is perfect and simpler, but as a freelancer, it's different. So, a question I ask everyone is, what did your parents teach you when you were little? About money, if you had an example, if they gave you any lessons, I don't know. Tell me a bit about your childhood, because I think there's something important there too.
They didn't teach me anything useful. My father always said, if you have money, spend it. If not, you don't. But I grew up in a family that isn't attached to money at all. They never let me lack anything. My parents always told me, enjoy the gifts now, because later they won't leave you. We won't leave anything afterwards. So for them, it's like, I travel, I eat well, and I don't worry about the rest.
I live in the present.
Exactly. It's easy for them from another generation, but much more difficult for my generation. They didn't give me any useful hints in life. They might just say, oh, you're spending too much and buying junk. Sorry. Frenchie, stop buying them because you're wasting money. Save it instead. That's all they ever taught me.
Okay, but were there any moments, did they ever maybe take you aside and explain something to you or not?
No, but one thing I'm very, very grateful for, and I know not everyone has this opportunity, is that they helped me. First, I opened a shop, it did well, and I sold it. I went to university, but this university was private, so we paid half each, me and them. So they already gave me the opportunity to study, because fortunately they were working and they had the money. And then at the beginning, I bought my first cameras myself by doing various jobs, like working as a bartender and things like that.
It happens.
One day it happened that my beautiful brand new camera broke. Mold had gotten in, I didn't expect it, so I said, what do I do now? I can't be a photographer without a camera. I didn't have any money, so thanks to my parents, they said, okay, we'll lend it to you and I'll pay them back. I mean, every so often I pay them back. But they gave me the chance to say, okay, do you really want to be a photographer? I'll lend you 10,000 euros, buy the equipment, make the website, all that, and then I paid them back.
All right, this is interesting in my opinion. It might also say something about managing money. Because, I mean, maybe you never needed to make an emergency fund because you knew you were, in a way, protected by your family? It could be.
Covered ass.
Okay, no, but I think this is also important. I mean, for our children, right? Maybe, okay, if a catastrophe happens, we're there, but you have to manage on your own. So this is the situation. You started your own business and then got married?
I got married afterwards. Ale and I have been married for 3 years.
What was daily life like, the situation?
It's complicated because I previously tried to be a photographer and video maker, but I had very little work, so I was mainly working from home. I had a second job, let's say. My second source of income was streaming on Twitch, so I used to do live streams on Twitch. Anyway, it gave me a monthly income. I really enjoyed doing it, so I was juggling these two things. But then every 2 or 3 months, I was afraid of running out of money, so I would look for another job. So I ended up doing 3 jobs and doing them very badly, and after 3 or 4 months, I would quit everything because I couldn't take it anymore. I'm not very good at managing life until I got pregnant with my first child, because now we have 2. And I told him, well, but what do I want to do with my life? Just be a mom? No, because I don't feel like just being a mom is enough for me. I can't keep switching jobs every 6 months and still try to be a photographer. Not really trying before, but from today I'm a photographer. So I spent the 9 months of pregnancy studying to become better, to learn how to market myself, since being self-employed isn't easy, to find clients.
It's not enough to be good at your job.
Exactly. So I spent these 9 months specializing. I tried to figure out what I wanted to do, set myself up online, create online accounts, and post my first photos. I'd done some work before, but never truly completed, published, or organized it properly. And from that moment on, I said, okay, from today, I am a wedding photographer, and that's it. And it worked, it worked.
That's what they call burning the ships. It works, yes, because at a certain point I did it and it works. Because you force yourself to make your business work.
Yes, because otherwise, if you have a secure job and you never leave it, you'll never commit yourself 100%. No, I truly believe this.
No, it's true. You have to be careful when, but eventually you have to do it, or else...
Not like me, pregnant, without a job prospect, not like me.
Well, but it worked. Okay, so you had income, you were self-employed, your husband was an employee.
A regular employee with his regular salary. Honestly, I don't even remember how much, because now he's working with me a bit. Maybe it was 1,500 euros, 1,400 euros.
In total, more or less, how much could it have been?
Not even 2,000, because when I decided to do this, I was pregnant. Honestly, our income was very low. We barely made 2,000 euros a month together.
Okay, and in that situation, we were just making it to the end of the month during that time. How did you deal with it? I mean, what did you think you had to do to improve your situation?
There were months when it seemed like everything was going really well and months when everything was going really badly. And in the months when things were going badly, I kept saying, no, now I'll find another part-time job. Now I'll do it, okay? In the end, I told myself, no, even if it feels like I'm not earning enough. At the beginning, she wasn't earning enough like everyone else, but I have to use my free time to find new clients. So at first, it was more of an internal struggle, then it became a bit of a couple struggle. When we started earning a bit better, but the money still didn't seem to be enough, it was the same. I was paying for a car, a regular rent, and the debt to my dad. I mean, the money my father lent me turned into a debt. I wanted to repay him exactly, so I never missed a payment and lived normally. On top of that, I was pregnant, so I wanted to do things. I wanted to work, I wanted to find things for myself, but I never managed to, because it's not easy. No, despite the big belly and nausea, I didn't want to just sit still, which made things a bit of a struggle as a couple at first. Then, it was exactly during that time that I discovered your videos. And I said, come on, watch them, let's do it, let's try budgeting, let's see how much we spend, and we were spending a lot.
Wait, but let's first talk about the couple aspect, because that's something I'm always interested in too. At the beginning, she must have sent you to hell. Who is this clown?
No, and Ale dislikes YouTube.
How did she take it at first when you wanted to maybe?
No, Ale was fine, just like me. We are very proactive. If we don't like something, we have to change it. We have to try to be better, so it's very proactive. He didn't like the medium. I mean, he doesn't like videos, so he said, can I read something instead of listening to a video? But I had found you who explains things very down to earth.
Bread and salami, yes.
Yeah, but it's useful since the internet has so many financial consultants and experts, but they're hard to understand. Instead, in my opinion, you talk to normal people like us. So I made him watch the videos and write down the expenses.
So at the beginning, it was kind of torture for him, let's say.
It still is. He followed the budgeting.
He followed you.
Yes, Ali is very hands-on.
And instead, before in the relationship, how was it with money? Did you argue or just not talk about it?
We've always split everything. Because I believe that if you're with someone, I mean, you marry them, you want to start a family, I mean, it would be crazy not to.
I agree.
Then maybe everyone has their own expenses, but we've never argued about money. He spends what he wants and I spend what I want. What really bothered us was feeling like we didn't earn enough. We've never said things like, you spend too much on makeup, so
Nice.
We're confident, but then we'd worry, we don't earn enough. How will we manage with our child? How am I supposed to manage while I'm pregnant?
Okay, but it's nice that we don't blame each other. We're very solid. That's a good thing. You first asked if I had started tracking my expenses.
Yes, terrible, terrible. We found out that we spend much, much more than we thought. Like on eating out, it was just the two of us without kids. And in 1 month, maybe 450 euros on eating out, takeout. And we were convinced that we never went out. Never.
I never do anything. What a pain.
No, I don't do anything. 450 for sports food for two is a lot. And we realized that a lot of money was going out for things we didn't even notice. Not that much. We don't really have any vices except for eating out.
Except for eating out?
Except for eating out, that's it. Even now, though, we don't drink, we don't smoke. We're not even the kind of people who go out at night. It's really food, you know, it's all about food, even groceries. We noticed we were spending about 500 euros on groceries for just the two of us, which made no sense. And at the beginning, we got really down about it.
As soon as you saw how much you were spending?
A lot.
It was a real slap in the face.
It's a slap in the face every time we do it. So we pulled back and we didn't do it right away. We didn't continue immediately. And we said, no, let's stop now. Let's see how it goes.
All right, that's fair. It really is. It's a painful thing. So at first, maybe...
Then we noticed it improved 1 month and worsened the next. I kept watching your videos and occasionally tried them out. Like we bought a silly little book on Amazon, one of those where you put away €1 and in the end, without even realizing it, with that little book, after a month we saved 100 euros and thought that's not a small amount, and that 100, maybe at this point I had already given birth, so we had the little one and I was starting to work. 100 euros didn't seem like much to us, but saying 100 euros for me means that this month, instead of reaching 0 in the account, we reach 100.
It's a first step.
I remember all these little things. Then your course came out and I told him, hey, let's do it, right? I don't want to be...
So finally someone who promotes my course...
Which I never finished.
No, because in the first episode, Mirko said, no, don't buy his course. But instead they...
No, it was super useful.
Link in the description. No, I'm very free. Everyone has to find their own way. Obviously, that's it.
In fact, it's funny because I tell you, yes, buy that course. It gave us the idea, and anyway, we never finished it. And maybe it's a bad thing on one hand, but it's also good because it means that for us, the beginning was enough. No, we decided to follow it and agreed we had to do it. This damn budgeting expenses, we did it for 3 or 4 months, super precise, 3 or 4 slaps in the face every month. But just writing them down, like you always say, already made us spend less. I mean, saying, oh, yeah, whatever, I have to write it down. No, wait, maybe, and it's something unconscious, right? While we were documenting things, we began noticing the first improvements. We also met a financial advisor and we started talking with him about putting money aside before spending it. It makes me laugh because these are your tips. It's strange to say them out loud to you, but it's true. Like we said, okay, let's try to do this too. Let's force ourselves to put away 200 euros a month in a regular savings plan. Nothing special. It's safe there, right? If you need them, you can take them out. We were just afraid we might need them. 2 years later then, from the moment things were starting to get better. We had 500 euros in the account instead of 0. Even now I wouldn't change. It's my method.
No, but it's interesting that in any case, that experience, the fact that you got burned the first time, that you tracked your expenses then really gave you that input.
But why? We used to say to ourselves, but I know how much I spend. Yeah, there's the bank app. I can see that I spend a lot, but it's not true.
It's not the same thing.
But then written by hand, one by one, on the Excel sheet, I mean, come on, when you do the math and check that it's correct. I mean, just to make it clear to whoever is listening, if anyone ever listens to this part of the conversation, we said, okay, now we're being good. We're not going to write down our expenses anymore. 6,000 euros gone in a month. And then we said, okay, no, let's start tracking our expenses again. To get back on track, my advice is to write down your expenses. He's right about this, I swear.
So let's say that for you, the main thing was tracking your expenses. That
woke us up, yes, and also the habit of saving money before spending, since I assumed I had none. I mean, my reasoning was if I get to the end of the month and I never have anything, we only had 400 or 500 euros in our account, so why save it? It's not enough for me. Instead, put them aside first and not see them available in the account.
Exactly.
I swear my life hasn't changed. I didn't feel like going out or buying less.
There you go, very good. I mean, you didn't feel like you were making sacrifices, giving something up, missing out, or having a life of sea because...
I tell all my friends, because no one believes me about this. I do. From the moment we said, okay, 200 euros, they take it and leave, I thought, okay, so let's start again. It's true that I won't be able to do it. That's not true. Absolutely nothing has changed.
Yeah, no, but interesting. You know what? Another thing you said earlier about how someone is afraid they might need them, so they're always hesitant to put them away. How did you experience this? Did you rip off the Band-Aid?
I'm an all or nothing person. We discussed how much we could save. 200 is either a lot or a little. Ale, who's better than me, says, maybe start with 100. I say, no, start with 200 and increase later. Come on, we can do it. In the end, though, everything worked out. Now we are putting away our 200 a month, which has even grown a little, even if just a bit, because it's a regular bank. No stocks, but it's all money that if tomorrow I say I need, I don't know, to take a vacation, I use that money, which is set aside for this purpose, not the account money. I don't know how to explain this thing.
Yeah, you split it.
We divided them into many accounts.
Each account has its own destination and goal. Would you like to share yours? How did you divide them? How do you use them?
Yes, we're separated. So we each have a Fineco account for our savings plans, which are the personal one. So my ideal one is a joint family account where we set aside 200 euros a month. Let's say for the children.
Okay, but what about the children in the future?
The future of the children?
Okay, perfect.
They're just PACs for now, since we prefer it that way. No pension plan, just PACs, and that's fine. Yes, 100 euros per month for each child, plus another Fineco account.
Sorry, did you start when they were born?
So Oliver had just been born, and we started before. Because being more skilled, we know that the better you start. So ideally, that's how it is.
Then there's another Fineco account for work under my value-added tax number, which only I can access.
And so you manage all your work?
And there we also have a PAC there too of another 200 euros in case the equipment breaks. So we have some money set aside also for that expense. Let's say for emergencies, then we have my old account that I still keep open, which is a mini emergency plan. Let's say we have a little something in there that just stays. Ale has his own private account since he doesn't have a value-added tax number yet, but he wants to work with me. He gets paid there with withholding tax, so he has that too, which is a hype account. Then we have Gimme 5.
But, okay, you have it for your kids, for the future. Okay, that one for your business, that one for you.
Yes, then one just for Ale and one just for me, basically.
They're always for emergencies.
We don't use them. We haven't given them a definition. We don't use them unless we need to. But we haven't decided if it's for emergencies. Something else.
All right.
They are not used on their own.
Okay, do you add these every month or keep a set amount there?
It depends. Well, so home and work, obviously, we decide our own, let's say. Ailey deposits his earnings from independent jobs into 2 personal accounts as he's just starting out. Instead, in mine, I also put some in every so often, but there's nothing fixed. No, when I have extra, I put it there, whatever is extra. But with Gimme 5, we have 30 euros a month that go in no matter what. And then this is funny, as someone from Como, we set it up so that every time Como wins, 10, 20, 30 euros go in.
So this year, things are going well for you.
Como has already spent 2 years in Serie A, almost without noticing. They've made a lot of money, and at first we said, let's get rid of this thing. About Como.
Go, Fabulous.
Not right away, right away. So I can say that we were coming from a situation where we had nothing. I mean, at the end of the month, if things went well, we had 400 euros in the account. Now, 2 years later, we can say things are different. If we want to be generous, let's say 4 or 3.5 years, sorry, those are my son's ages, that's really stretching it. Now we've done the math. We have 25,000 euros in the account.
Okay, so from 0 to 25,000 in 3.5 years. And if you had to give an average income during this period?
Well, that's very difficult because
you're self-employed.
some months, like June, I earned 16,000 euros, but in January, only 100, so it's tough. But I can tell you that...
Because you work a lot with weddings?
A lot, yes.
The summer is packed.
Some months I earn a lot, others nothing. But I can say that as a family, we take out 2,500 euros a month, and we do our best to make it last. Which isn't a lot, right? 2,500. We're just good at managing it. Then if we need more, we take it because the business license is in my name. If I need it, I take it. But counting the 400 euro family allowance and the 2,500, those are the only amounts we actually take out. Almost every month, we don't need to take anything else. Then sometimes, like with the fridge, 1,500 euros for a fridge. We took all of it from the Hype account because it was set aside for these situations, so it didn't affect the main account, you know. And so that month anyway, it's just this month that we don't have 6,000 euros because we didn't record them. Otherwise, we're at 2,500.
All right, that's fine. It's nice because you're human. You've achieved great goals.
But you still make mistakes.
That's fine too. So does the bank account show how you manage your money at the end of the day?
I could manage it better because I put a lot of effort into household expenses, but then when it comes to work, I'm still not tracking well and need to improve. But I realized that once I get the hang of doing it well at home, I can manage to do it at work too.
But what I wanted to understand were a bit the steps you took.
Yeah, I started tracking my expenses. In the first month, I saw I was overspending. By the second month, each month improved since tracking helped me save more. So I have the Excel sheets from those months. In the first month, the total balance was 100 euros. And after 4 or 5 months, it rose to over 1,000 euros. So I said, wow, just by keeping track of what we spend. So let's put the other tips into practice. Yeah, really, let's put them into practice. Let's use the other tips. First, your course. We handled the annual budgeting too. We did more than just track expenses. After a few months, we can't recall when, we started to put 200 euros a month, coincidentally, is what I pay for my studio.
And then from then on, you never stopped. Did you have moments of difficulty? Which ones and how did you overcome them along this journey?
Well, the most difficult moment was definitely at the beginning because I was pregnant and we were living month to month. That makes you fear the future, but then things improved. I'm also an optimist, partly because I have healthy parents and neighbors who don't have any problems. My parents aren't rich, but they're financially stable. If I lose everything, I know I can stay with them. They feed me and my children. I'm at peace, you know. They won't give me a house, but I won't end up on the street, so I live peacefully. Then things got worse. Even at the beginning of this year, when I had my second baby girl, I was convinced that, oh, okay, so I'll work until the 9th month and then start again right away. But I gave birth a month early, which ruined all my plans. Then my baby girl was in intensive care and it messed up all my plans, both work-wise and mentally. I mean, mentally, nothing else existed. Let's say for the first 2 or 3 months, she's 7 months old now. We struggled a bit, but since we had saved up some money beforehand, the only issue was her growth. And the last one was a month ago, but it wasn't really a problem. But I think it makes sense to tell you about it. One of my 2 rooms broke. We have 4 rooms total, 1 broke in the studio. Fixing it didn't make sense, so I could buy the same one or upgrade. We decided, you know what? Since we've saved up money, since we've done it, since we can already afford it, let's upgrade the equipment. And so we did it without even touching the emergency fund, just the regular fund. The work account wasn't a problem since we saved through the accumulation plan, but it became something significant for us. In a way, I mean, we did well. If we can avoid touching the emergency fund.
Also, for those unfamiliar, the photography equipment, then I don't know if you can see the quality of the second camera, which isn't mine, but theirs. We're still talking about 2,000 or 3,000 euros per camera.
I spent 15,000 euros to upgrade the equipment, okay?
Equipment upgrade, everything, you did it. Okay, just to give you an idea of the scale.
talking, it's not a problem to talk about money, but 15,000 euros were gone in a week. Because you buy the cameras, the lenses, the new batteries, the secure digital cards that keep up. If one thing changes, everything else must change too, right?
Well, of course, yeah.
But we said work is going well, we have clients. For us, it's important to provide something high quality, a high level service. And above all, we're getting better. So our rooms can't keep up like they used to because they're old, they have their limits. Let's do this thing. So it was needed. Then in the same month, Texas. So it was a month.
Amazing, July.
But I did it. I mean, we really liked this thing because we said, okay, it's a blow, for work. But I said, wow, we did it with our own strength, with the work we love to do, because we started saving money 2 years ago. There's a huge satisfaction, Now I could tell you that I had more money, but instead I spent it. But it's an investment.
Good job investing them. I think they'll return to you tenfold. Let's hope so.
Let's hope so.
Even if someone, let's say that when there are these things for work and for business, it's fine too. If you want to spread it out a little, because you have time to absorb it.
I'm not someone who does things in installments. I'm really not. The only thing we have is the car, partly because you have to do part of it anyway, and the glasses, but because it was worth it. Otherwise, we would have never done it. 20 euros a month, well, come on.
But what about the financing? Here's how we dealt with it before.
We have 230 euros for the car, 20 euros for glasses.
But you were telling me you're not fans of financing? It's not like...
No. If we can't afford it, we don't buy it.
This was already the case? Yes?
Yes, absolutely. Personally, I've never liked that mentality. Like this year, we didn't go on vacation because we changed the rooms and we preferred to invest the money in this instead. For me, asking for a loan didn't make sense. We scale things down. If I need to buy a house, I will. But for now, I'm renting, and that's fine.
At home and in the car?
Yeah, of course.
Can you tell me maybe something that could be useful, specifically for someone who's just starting out and hasn't learned how to manage money yet and is self-employed?
For me, if I earn a lot 1 month, I take a lot. But what do I do in months when I earn nothing? I don't take anything, or I still take something because I have to live. And so we decided to give ourselves the bare minimum we need to live. That's 2,000 to 2,500 euros, as I mentioned.
The salary.
Exactly, that's the minimum. So we know it's the minimum when we have extra money. Instead, we say, okay, I'll invest it. Okay, I'll put it in the savings plan for the kids. Okay, I'll put it in the plan. If we change rooms, we won't just have money sitting there to spend, so we'll have it when we want to go on vacation. I have a personal savings plan for when my account is low. No, so anyway, if I always take the same one, I don't waste any. I earned a lot this month, so I'll take an extra 1,000 euros. Bye. After a week, they're gone and I have nothing left. They just disappear without me buying anything.
I adopted this system too. Anyway, it's always that amount that I then transfer to my personal account for expenses. The rest, wait a moment. We always set some aside here and there. Then maybe if you need it that month and you're aware, you allow yourself something, and on an emotional level, let's say. How has your relationship with money changed from before to now?
Well, that's a tough question because I was talking about it with my psychologist too, about the weight that not earning enough had, but it still has it. Why can't I say that I'm completely healthy? That's because in our family, which is kind of the opposite of a traditional family, I'm the one who has the value-added tax number. I'm the one who brings in the clients. I'm the one who brings home the money right now. Before we were equal. Now, I'm genuinely happy Ale is transitioning. He also has a value-added tax number. So in the last 2 or 3 years, it was on me, right? This burden, let's say. And I really felt it. Every month that things get better, I feel it less, and there aren't any months that get worse. Even that well-known 6,000 euro month didn't bring me down. At first, it really weighed on me. I felt I wasn't giving enough to my family.
Okay, but now...
I want to do more, but I allow myself time to improve and understand. Little by little, every year you raise the price a bit, you improve the service a bit, and slowly I will have my time to do better.
What's your top advice and who is it for? Look, is there something I don't know that helped you? What is it?
Write down those darn expenses, write down those darn expenses, and if it hurts, you're doing it right.
Here's the sign.
It's true. For me, your video's turning point was write down your expenses. That helped me understand and everything else followed.
No, but it's true. I mean, like I always say, I'm grateful for having hit rock bottom, for having taken that famous slap that leaves you a bit stunned.
But at least then you can climb back up, right?
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Desy, for sharing. And that's it. See you in a future video. Who knows? Maybe we'll talk about your journey of transformation from being a freelancer too.
Maybe next time I'll arrive in a Maserati and you'll credit your videos.
Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe, leave a like, and as usual, we'll see each other around. Bye.